Welcome to Mama Mosey Tarot. No captions, no hashtags, no turning sounds. If you're seeing me, it may be for a reason. I urge you to trust your intuition. By continuing to stay, that means you allow me in your energy. Catch a vibe. Make this a little bit more specific for you. So if you've seen me before, if you haven't seen me before, you know that I, most of the time, start out with a few decks so I can kind of get the general energy of the read, and then I get into specifics with whatever deck I'm personally shuffling, right? So I have the Ali Man Tarot right here. And the bottom of the deck card was Giuseppe. And Giuseppe, I'm going to pull it up right now. This says, draw 3 cards from anywhere. If they do not bring you happiness, put them back where you found them and draw 3 more. You may repeat this as many times as you'd like. If any other players are looking or feeling left out, share some with them. Underneath that, we have the Albright. Okay, I'm not looking connection in the Albright. So there is, I looked, it's the Hand of the Hunter. You're connected. There is a connection there. But the 3 cards, and I haven't looked at these yet, so we're about to find out together. Oh, fuck. Ooh, boy. That's rough. So this is fear. This is fear. Something that gets you, that gets your attention, that pulls you, that drags you, that envelops you. We got fear, and then we got the 5 of Wands, which is, you guessed it, conflict. And then we've got the Wound Man. Now, upright, this is that there is wounding that has happened. There is no necessary rhyme or reason to it, but there's definite wounds. Like, not just a flesh wound, right? This is actual damage. Now, healing can come later, but that card right there is that it lets me know that this damage is still painful. It might be a battle that you are still fighting. So, why do you see me? Adversary. And it came out childhood rival, worthy opponent, a moving finish line. So this could be somebody you know from your past. This could be a parent. This could be family that you're fighting with. This could even be an internal battle that you have with yourself. So we had Punch a Cop, and I don't think I've ever gotten Punch a Cop in reverse. So I gotta rebind that book. Punch a Cop is in here. Punch a Cop is to strike down authority, or at least the arm of it that is within reach. That's fallible. That is among us. It is taking the fight to the power structure that we feel we can actually touch. But it's not a grandstand beyond that, or a strike at power that looms down overhead. It feels good for now, but it makes no real difference. But it certainly signals our intent. We will not be bound, arrested, held back, or down. It is a cry that we are defiant, even if it means very little, and even if it just results in us facing more difficulty, certainly more jail time. Punch a Cop reflects on a moment when we struck out at authority, but rarely in an effective way. So, and it doesn't necessarily have a reverse, so it's like, it feels like you struck out at authority. Sorry, I had to fix that. It was bothering me. Struck out at authority, and it didn't. It's like you're not supposed to. There's not necessarily a damaging or damning authority here. This is just you fighting just to say that I'm anti. You know what I mean? And so this came out in reverse with Punch a Cop. So it's like you are avoiding any authority or responsibility. Because you have a responsibility to yourself to continue and move forward on your journey. Because you fucking deserve it, baby. So, if this is like a bad childhood habit of just defying authority every fucking chance that you get, I get you. But that's not what needs to be happening here right now. So, if you're still inclined to listen, if you're getting angry right now, you might need to listen, but if you're getting angry because some things aren't right, it's not your reading. I don't know if you could hear that, I whispered. It's not your reading if you're angry because certain things aren't right. But I want to know if you need to go down this path, or if you need to explore a new one. Because there's still this 5 of Wands here. So kids on bikes. This isn't just that childhood. Kids on bikes like this is that kid mentality, not necessarily having anything to worry about except for playing outside until the streetlights came on. But in reverse, this feels more like that kid that ran away on purpose, I want to say you're definitely not supposed to be seeing the world as seriously as you're seeing it, but I cannot fucking blame you with that wound, man. We got Prospering. So Prospering came out. Again, it came out in my last read, too. So we had Amateur in reverse. Amateur upright is doing something for the love of it. It might be messy. It might be non-perfect, but the pureness, the beauty comes from the pureness of emotion and the devotion, the love. Okay, the love of doing that thing, but this came out in reverse. It's like you don't even think like you don't even feel like you deserve to be anything other than in a fight for your life. Pause. Time to pause. Oh, and then we had Monster Care Squad across Prospering and pause. So it might be that you need to spend time with your friends and reconnect to those that you feel a connection to. Now, this wound man really does still feel like it's a fight that is still going. So I want to say reach out and ask your friends for help, of course. If you don't have any friends that you can reach out to about this, family. If you don't have any family you can reach out to about this, ask a stranger. And don't just ask a stranger in the middle of the road, but there are programs that you can look up to help you if you need that specific type of help. Okay. But with the... I'm going to actually... I kind of want to pull 3 more Giuseppe, because we had that. And that's not happy news, right? So I'm going to pull 3 more just from a split. I'm just going to... Hold on. I'm going to split randomly right there. And we're going to take the 10 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, and the Knight of Rings. Okay. And along with that other card that was out, the Punch a Cop, 10 of Wands is a burden you pick up willingly. It can also be the setting down of a burden because it is the 10. 10 is a completion along with a continuation. But I tend to take this as, this is a very heavy burden that you have to bear, okay? But you bear it willingly. You bundled every single one of those bundles of sticks together. You put flowers on them, you wove the basket, you made yourself little handles. Like, this is a very lovingly crafted basket to carry a burden, a weight. But we've got the 7 of Wands here. So this is like you're just straight up doing it. I don't want to say out of spite. It could be out of stubbornness. But this is standing up on your own. Sometimes in the right, sometimes in the wrong, depending on what other cards are around it. But it's like you're carrying this because people said you couldn't. And you're like, I'll fucking die carrying this. Good news, you don't have to. Somebody is coming in to help, okay? So, I want to know when you can expect this help from the Knight of Rings. Now, the Knight of Rings is a stalwart, steadfast friend. I said stalwart a lot today. A steadfast friend that when they show up, they usually don't leave. They're usually a pretty permanent fixture in your life. And I'm starting to burp, so it's got to be about the Knight of Rings. So when is this Knight of Rings going to show up? Ugh, ancestors across the burdens and the 7 of Wands. When you can... when you can put down the burdens and weights of your ancestors, the ones that are no longer yours to necessarily carry. Okay, I'm not saying that every burden you have or every stance that you take is from your ancestors, but the ones that you don't necessarily need to carry, that you can work through, that you can move through, that you can release, transmute and release. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to say we had the Devil. So the Devil is, this is a, I want to say this is the card of self-care and doing things for you is not necessarily a bad thing just because somebody else calls it selfish. It's you have needs as well, and somebody else calling you selfish because you're taking care of yourself instead of them like you usually do. Take that with a grain of salt, okay? But Fate's dice, you are meant to go through this. You are meant to do this. You are meant to, and it doesn't, I didn't really see any cups here, so it's not that this is a romantic partnership coming in. This is a connection. This is, in my world, this is a soul mate, a connection, somebody you have a tie to. Under the umbrella term of soulmate, you have other things that vary depending on the strength and whatever of the connection, right? This is all, you get Fate's dice and Morkborg. You are meant to see this perspective, meant to gain this perspective, meant to willingly be able to set down your burdens instead of expecting or thinking that people that ask you to set them down for a moment are just calling you weak. You have to be okay And understand that the things that I am setting down now, I'm setting down because I no longer need them. They are no longer useful to me or the path that I want to take. And I am willingly letting them go. As willingly as I pick them up. And then leave them. So many of you have a problem setting something down and then running back for it. Just like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to leave you. And it's like all of your fucking trauma. I know the feeling well. Wrong. You are meant to explore. Now you see how this eel is on top of an umbrella and there's snail on the coral. It's just a weird scene all around, right? You are meant to explore, experience things, learn, change your perspective, grow, 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 grow. Now I want to say, don't expect that Knight of Rings to come with you on every adventure, because they are, I don't want to say they're slow, but they're slow moving, okay? Like through molasses. They're very slow moving, so make sure you're not just sitting there waiting on them. Make sure you are actively healing yourself, working on the goals that you have, okay? Standing in your own defense if you need to, even if you're alone. I really, really hope this helped. 115 on the timer. 1115 on the timer. Love you.